Hi everyone, I'm Brad Sherrill, the National Account Manager for Cosentino and the Lowe's Home Improvement Account. Hey, before we move further, I do want to thank Kathleen Bundy. She's the person behind the iPhone camera assisting with this video today. So thank you, Kathleen. Okay, I want to use this time to further explain and to help you with the 2017 Q1 DPO objective for Lowe's. There's three objectives. Number one is to visit focus stores. Number two is to visit non-focus stores. And number three, while doing those visits, to perform the Sensa Granite test kit demonstration to the Lowe's designer and PSI so that they too can perform the demonstration to future Lowe's customers. Now, the Sensa Granite test kit is a great tool for us to tell the story of Sensa Granite with SynGuard anti-stain treatment. As we all know, we live in a very competitive countertop environment. There are numerous options for customers to choose from. Unfortunately, this is all too apparent in the world of granite, where there's many different colors for customers to choose from. There's many different installers and fabrication companies who provide granite. There's multiple price points across the different markets, with many of them at a lower price point, almost at a bottom feeder marketing approach. And there's a lot of inaccurate or misleading information marketed to consumers. We have a unique story with Sensa Granite. Why is it unique? Well, first, in the world of granite, it's unknown for one company to provide block to slab in the production of granite. When a customer goes to a non-Cosentino distribution center to see a slab of granite, that granite has probably come through many wholesalers or resellers. That is not so true with Cosentino and Sensa Granite, where most of our Sensa Granite colors are fabricated or manufactured at our plant in Vitória, Brazil. The second thing that makes Sensa Granite unique is that we are the only natural stone company in the world that applies the SynGuard treatment to the slab in the production process in our factory, which is in a controlled environment. Most of you probably know that if a stain treatment is provided to granite, it's provided by the installer or the fabrication company. That is not true with Sensa Granite, as we apply the SynGuard treatment in a controlled environment in our factory in Brazil. And this allows us to deliver a quality product, stand behind the 15-year transferable warranty that comes with Sensa Granite, and for Cosentino to be the leader in natural stone technology and in quality. Now, having said all that, let's move to the Sensa Granite test kit, and let me share some pointers with you that might help you perform the demonstration and help you to inspire the Lowe's designers and PSIs so that they too can tell the Sensa Granite story. Okay, let's review what's included in the Sensa Granite test kit and get into some recommendations with the demonstration. Every test kit will have the following items. First, 2 4x4 samples. Each sample is treated with SynGuard. Okay, I repeat, both of these samples that you see here are treated with SynGuard, and it could be that you have different colors in your test kit. Okay. Second, 2 liquids. One's going to be a wine, one will be a vinegar. They each have little capillary droplets inside. That will be included. Also, sand. One is sand that does not have SynGuard treated on it. That's just regular sand straight from the beach, and sand here that has been treated with SynGuard. And then the last is the grout cup. This is a grout cup that has been treated with SynGuard. Okay, and this will help you show the demonstration, and in fact you will have someone in your audience use the grout cup. So before you start your demonstration in general, before you even probably go to the store, think about at each store who you would want to give this grout cup to. You're going to want to give it to somebody because they're going to have to use this themselves, and once one person uses it, you can't really allow someone else. Also, that's what is not included in the test kit, but you need to take with you are 3 things. Take yourself some water in a bottle, a rag or paper towel, and a piece of paper. This will help you do the demonstration. Okay, once you've taken the 2 samples out, I would use the 2 samples while telling the story that I just shared previously about how we produce our granites. The fact that Sensa Granite comes from our factory in Brazil, that our treatment is done in the factory in a controlled environment. explain to your audience that that's not the typical industry standard. The standard is that the treatment is applied by a fabricator in a fabrication shop, but that's not the case with Sensa Granite. While you've applied 1 or 2 drops to one of the stones, allow the other stone to be passed around to your audience. Let them touch and let them feel our products in their hands. Once you've gotten to that, go to the grout cup. But before you do the demonstration of the grout cup, get that grout cup in front of them. What I have found is that people wonder, what in the world are you doing with a shot glass? That's what I've been asked a lot. So you need to establish the reasons why countertops need to be sealed if it's not Sensa Granite. I break it down into 3 things. Why does granite need to be sealed and resealed? Why does someone like Lowe's even sell a sealer? It really comes down to 3 things. Number 1 is that the stone, natural granite, needs to be able to release moisture. It's almost like a breathing thing. And so that moisture is released and that granite expands. And when that happens, that does break down an over-the-counter sealer. The second reason, typical household cleaners like 409, Windex, when you use that, that breaks down a sealer. And then the average wear and tear, just the everyday use, that's the third reason. So stone needs to breathe. Second, normal cleaners that you buy over the counter, and the average wear and tear. That is why granite countertops need to be sealed and resealed. This will allow you, when providing that information, this will allow you to get into the story of the grout cup. So I'm going to use Kathleen as if she was the designer. And so I would say, Kathleen, I'm going to give you this grout cup, and here's what I want you to do. Now remember, granite is almost like a breathing thing. It expands and contracts. So you got to have a technology that allows that stone to breathe. So with that, I'm going to fill this Singard grout cup full of water. And I'm going to give this to you, Kathleen, and I want you to perform this by blowing on the sides of the cup, and you're going to see that air travels through the cup, but yet no leakage is coming from the cup. Now, of course, I'm doing this video and Kathleen's holding the camera, so she can't do it. But what that person will do once you give this to them is, and Kathleen, let's make sure you get this, and with water in the grout cup, I'm going to blow on the sides. You're going to see it bubble up, which means the air is traveling through. Watch this. Okay. So, why do this demonstration? Well, it allows you to communicate to your audience that here you have a technology, and this is the same protection that's in this grout cup that we put on our countertops, but yet water is not penetrating through this grout cup. So it's a pretty technology to help explain that. Now, once you've finished with the grout cup, let's move on to the sand. And we'll just continue to roll this, Kathleen, as we finish this up. This is where you're going to bring in your piece of paper. Now, what I would do is I would pour out a little bit of sand, first with the untreated. You don't need a lot, everyone. You just show a little. Make sure you're placing the bottle above the sand that has either been untreated or treated, so you know which one is been treated, and you can share that description. All right, so there I have marked both of them. I'm going to use, in this case, the wine. Whether you use the vinegar or the wine really doesn't matter. And I'm going to place a few drops on the untreated first. To me, it's important that you provide it on the untreated first, because this will establish the typical look of what happens in sand when it gets wet, that it absorbs. Everyone knows that experience of being at a beach, at least most people do. Now, I'm going to apply a few drops of this wine on the Singard treated sand, and I tend to like to pull it up as high as I can while maintaining the control of the squeeze. And you can see how the Singard takes something as porous as sand and then provides a level of protection. This has always proven to be, when I've given the demonstration, the ooh and the ah and the wow moment of the technology. It's also very easy for someone to now describe what Singard can do to protect their countertops. So the final message as when doing this is, if the technology is good enough to make one of the most porous minerals in the world to be non-porous, then I think it's a good product that will stand the test of time inside a customer's home and contribute to their worry-free lifestyle, which is what customers always want. After that, you're done. Okay, that's the demonstration. You would want to clean up. That's why you have the rag. That'll allow you to clean that up. You may want to keep this out, or you may want to throw this away, but don't forget to find a safe place to store the test kit somewhere within the department, and that the team, whether it's the PSI or the designer, can use this for further showings. I hope this has helped in good selling.